Hey everybody, it's me, Marco from Analog Things, and today I want to show you something completely new and not even on the market yet. MiNT RF70. An amazing camera, and we get into it in 1 second. So, the InstantKon RF70. What is it? It's a camera produced by MiNT, a manufacturer based in Hong Kong. They also produce the famous SLR 670 X and M and S, I think. These are modified S670 cameras that shoot manual, and the newest version of it also has a flash sync, so you can sync your external strobes with the camera, and it's fixed to an aperture. Really cool stuff, and you should definitely check the brand out. But the RF70 is the new baby. They actually developed it from base on, so everything on that camera is developed by them. I got it last week from Gary at Photokina in Cologne, and I am impressed by the camera. The build quality is pretty amazing. It has a weight to it, it has a metal body inside, it's really stable. The images turn out really good. Let me just grab them. You can do some amazing stuff with that camera. Like, I love that double exposure here, it's really one of my favorite. And this one also turned out pretty cool. The leaves with the chairs, tables. You can do some pretty cool stuff with the camera. We will be wandering around here a little bit. It's Sunday, it's a nice day out, and I'm gonna try to capture some new images. But let's get back to the camera. What film does it take? It takes Instax white film, so you can either use Instax white color film or the monochrome version. I haven't shot the monochrome, so that's the first for today, but we'll try it for sure. And yeah, the Instax white is pretty cool. The price is pretty nice since they're really cheap, but the price of the camera is pretty hefty. It comes in at I think $800 or $900, which is expensive. But if you really want to have a manual camera, I think it's worth the price. Just a quick overview of what the camera actually can. So the camera is foldable. It's kind of the Fuji GF. So to close it, we press down here in the middle. There's a button, and then we just close it down, and you can see it folds down. Oops, if I put it on infinity, which I forgot now. So the camera folds down really nice, it's closed. It has a viewfinder, rangefinder up here on top. Down below there's the rangefinder with these two glasses, so they're separated. One is on top, one is on the bottom. Up here you have a flash that you can open. It's a little strobe, works pretty good. On top here we have the settings for all the time, automatic, that's really cool. And with this mechanism you check the image. So here's the shutter that also can screw in a remote cable release, and if you charge here you check the image, which is the thing like if you watch the live stream how to design our dream camera. That was the mechanism I would love to have on an instant camera, because I can do multi-exposure as many as I want, and when I'm finished I just check the image. It's always like, or just if the film is a little light sensitive or the weather is crappy or something like that, I can just go in some shade or some like warm place and then eject the image. So if we have winter, I can just warm up the film a little bit and then eject it so the chemistry has the right temperature. We open it up, just open it like this, straighten up these two brackets, and then you're ready to shoot. The focus works really good with the rangefinder here, like it's smooth. And up top here we have the aperture, and it starts at 5.6, which is really open for that size of lens or film actually. What you get to it is also the MiNT ND filter set, this one here. That's actually a really important thing, because the Instax Film has an ISO 800 base. So it's really light sensitive, and if we are shooting on 5.6 on a sunny day like today, it would be completely blown out. So we need some ND filters to step it down. What the light sensor in the back does is it shows you red and green if the exposure is possible or it's not possible, and if it's too bright it shows you a number in that back here. So I guess if we go to 1/8 of a second now, we will just say as bulbs. So the camera works on AA batteries, which is pretty cool. It doesn't have any special kind of batteries like other cameras. You can get them anywhere, and like I forgot to turn it off all the time and it still works perfect. Yeah, so AA batteries on the bottom and green. What is also like really cool, you have the flash sync here, a 2.5mm jack. That also works really amazing. So let me see. Oh yeah, now it works. Okay. So if we take a look now, and if I want to take an image in the back here, so it shows us 2. That means we need the ND filter number 2. There's 3 ND filters in that set. They're really nicely packed. And when I met up with Gary, I was also talking with him about a little case for the ND filters, because now they are like really nicely stored in here. But that's nothing to take on a travel with you. Oops. Nice instructions printed on that sheet here. So we will head out and take some pictures, and I try to put in some B-roll later, and we see each other at the studio with some final review of the camera. So yeah. So I really like that complex in the back here, where we have the angle and the light behind and the grass in the front, and I hope the cloud disappears soon again, which will be in like a few seconds. And then we're gonna take an image here that will be a single exposure, and afterwards we're gonna do some double exposures. But let's head out with the camera and take a look closer into the camera while framing this. For the settings here, it's pretty bright, and I kind of want to go on f8 or something like that, so kind of middle of the aperture values, and that's why I have the ND4 on. So if I try to focus now, we go f11, that's okay. And take a look here, sun is already coming out, perfect timing. And so let me see, rangefinder to focus, and then we can frame. We need to go a little bit back for the right framing. So framing looks pretty good now. It tells me ND2, so I go on 8, that would be, okay, let's go 11. So this one would be fine in my opinion. Perfect. And because I'm a little dumb, I forgot that I always need to manually eject the dark side of the film, so that's what happens now. And now we're gonna take the real image. See what's happening. It works pretty good here. Capture it. So we took the image, the shutter release is up here on top, and I just crank that up and the film gets thrown out. Focusing happens over this little wheel here, so you see as soon as I turn that, I can focus. Yeah, Instax wide, we don't need to worry about light here for covering it, so that's it. Let's head out and do some more pictures. It looks actually pretty good here too. Let me just take a look at the image we took before, how that turns out. It's actually pretty nice exposure. We do a second one here, and I kind of like that with the tower in the back. I don't know if I managed to frame everything together, and I'm pretty sure we'll need N8, but let's give it a try. And now we're gonna do some double exposure. But for double exposure, you really need to have the right images, and what you need to do, I'm currently shooting on auto, which is totally fine if you're outdoors, and it works amazing. But I want to have some double exposure, and I want to have the reflections of that glass, so we're gonna go a little bit closer to the glass, and then we do some leaves or something in it, so we have these two structures combining. So I'm going on A-1 because I'm doing a double exposure, and if you do multiple exposures, it's always good to underexpose them a little bit, because you stack them over each other. If they are all like exposed perfectly, you will get a too bright image at the end. So let's try to frame that here. Okay, that's one exposure. Now we need a second exposure, and over there's a bunch of leaves, and see if we can grab some nice leaves. I kind of like that root here. We're gonna try to focus on that root on the bottom, on the ground, and take an image. And let me see, second image, perfect. You can just eject the image. Okay, so let's make an end review of the camera. Yes, the price tag is pretty hefty of that camera. It's 800 bucks, that's a lot. But to put it in comparison, Fuji is only able to sell their cameras for that cheap of money because they calculate in that everybody who buys a Fuji Instax camera buys a few packs of film. And that's the thing, like if you buy that camera and you buy a few packs of film, you can sell the camera cheaper. But MiNT did a really great job on that camera. It produces everything by itself, or like assembled at their house, their in-house manufacturing at their artisans, and the camera is amazing. I really love it so far. I haven't found a lot of disadvantages. I would really love to have a hot shoe on it, just like to use the flash sync and have my remote here, or just to put some GoPro in there or some other attachment. Other than that, the bellows look really good. They're out of fabric, not of PVC. That's really important. I'm gonna put the camera to a long time test here, I think, and we'll let you know in the future on live streams how I love the camera or not. But till now it works great. I haven't found any problems so far. If you have any questions, any suggestions, put them in the comments below. and I'm happy to discuss with you. If you liked this video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. If you want to see more content, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!